Hey guys, welcome to Freehearted Family. I'm Richie Gerzon. I'm the dad of the Freehearted Family. My wife Valerie and I will talk a little bit more about the brand in a later video, but I wanted to talk to you today about the journey I'm taking to launch this brand. So I've decided to do the 75 Hard Challenge, but I'm going to tweak it and I'm calling it 75 Harder. So I'll put all the content on 75harder.com probably in the next week, just so you can see all of it in one place. But you can watch us on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. We'll have Pinterest up soon, and of course, Facebook. But I want to just tell you about my version of it. This is the first day of 75 Harder for me. So the main things I've done to change it is in the first 14 days, I'm going to be fasting according to the protocol in this book, The Complete Guide to Fasting. And it's the only thing I would trust, honestly, to do a 14-day fast, because it's pretty scary, and I certainly don't recommend it for someone who's never fasted before. I mean, you're definitely going to fail. There's actually a very high chance I'm going to fail. It's been a couple years since I've fasted. And even a 3-day fast is hard when you haven't been doing it regularly, because it's just a huge mental challenge. And that's one of the main reasons I want to do it, besides improving my own health, which honestly is in pretty poor shape. You'll see it in the photos. I'll show you some changes. I mean, I have a ton of weight to lose. My cardiovascular health is not where it needs to be. I had COVID last month, and I thought I would get over it so easily, and it was a little bit tough. It wasn't too bad, of course. I shouldn't say of course. It wasn't too bad for me, but it wasn't great, and it could have gone downhill fast if I wasn't taking the right stuff. So I really just woke me up to, I need to make a change in my health drastically. I've got these 2 young kids. I've got 30, 40 years ahead of me of needing to be with them and present with them. And, I need to be a good 20, 30 years of being super active with them minimum. I'm going to be in my 70s. They're going to be expecting me to be running around, right? So I wanted to include the fast in the 75 Harder Challenge because it really will just awaken the healing in my body. That's really what fasting is all about. Of course, it's detox. It's a huge mindset shift, which I think is so great about the 75 Hard Challenge. So much of it is mindset. You're just doing something that is so drastically different than your everyday life that it has to make some sort of change. Of course, a lot of people argue it's not sustainable. Well, I mean, to me, that's why it's called 75 Hard. I don't think I might change this 75 days later from now, but I don't think I'm going to be working out 45 minutes twice a day. That's really tough to fit into my lifestyle. I'm a small business owner. But I think just doing it is going to just change how I work my time and how I time block things and change my priorities. So 75 Harder is the 14 days of fasting, is the first 14 days. When the 75 days, I've tweaked it also. I'm including the sauna as part of the exercise. I did it for 10 minutes today. I just had this morning 40 minutes of Qigong. I'll show you this is an old school DVD that I got when Jeff Primack was touring in the United States. He doesn't do that anymore. I don't know if he plans to in the future or not, or if he's totally done. But I had a really great experience with Qigong, and honestly, I hadn't done it in years, and that 40-minute session this morning, I mean, I only slept for like 4.5 hours last night because I was working on video stuff and setting up all of the social media channels. I honestly feel really good right now, and I cannot believe it. But I am sure it has to do with the Qigong, because I'm usually just dragging in the morning when I wake up this early. I'm just not used to waking up early at all. But the beginning of this will be the fast. The sauna will count. So my plan is to do Qigong, a little bit of the sauna to round out that first 45 minutes. I'm hoping to do the Qigong outside once in a while, so that counts as the outside. But most of the time when I'm outside doing that 45-minute exercise, I'm just going to walk. Walking is huge for you as far as its health benefits. And, I'm fasting, so you can't go crazy with the exercise while you're fasting, because you'll never make it, and you can end up in the hospital, of course. You can't do that. So we're really focusing on healing and making that mental shift during the first 14 days of this 75 hard and 75 harder challenge. And then just why am I doing a fast? I mean, why people, I think one of the reasons I'm calling it 75 harder is because you could go to the biggest, toughest guy in any gym and talk about fasting, and 99 out of 100 times they'd say, I can never do that. I mean, everyone says that. It's probably at least 9 out of 10 times. The instant answer is, I can never do that. Because it's so hard for people to stop eating. I mean, including myself, I'm only confident that I can do this because I have done it. Had I never done it in my life, I don't know if I would trust that I could get it done. And doing all this is just holding me accountable, honestly, because it's so important. I can tell once you've done it a few times, when your body's asking, because it's just like, no, we need to fast. And that detox is so important. We're surrounded by so many basically man-made toxins, and we can go into that in another video, but whether it's EMF, stuff from your food, stuff in the air, stuff in the water, it doesn't matter. They're all toxins. They're all coming into your body. And if you're not getting rid of them as fast or faster, then you're taking them in, they accumulate. And whether they're accumulating or not in my body, I do feel like they are. In my opinion, fasting is going to help you get rid of them and get them out of your body to help let your body heal. And then, of course, I need to look this up, but I think I've read just the act of digesting food takes about 15 or 20% of your body's total energy. I am going to try to fact check that. I'm not sure how true that is, but it definitely takes a large part. Anyone who's had a big meal can tell you that. And when you're not eating, all that energy and work that your body normally has to do can go back into healing your body. So I really want to start with that healing part that is so important when you're taking a long journey like this. And then talking about Freehearted Family. So going back to me having these young kids, one of the main things you notice when you're a new parent the first year or two is that your kid starts copying everything you're doing. They're looking at you all the time, literally copying your words and your movements. And every single day, you're seeing them do something that they obviously learned from you and watching you. So you're really influencing them a ton. So I'm a big personal development geek. I read a lot of books about it. I watch videos. But to be honest with you, I haven't done a great job of executing all these things I've learned over these 20 or 30 years of this personal development. So while I've started the journey of that inner growth, that inner journey, that personal development journey, I don't think I've taken a really serious approach to executing these things. I've only had little spurts of success, as many of you might have experienced. But now that I see my kids watching me, they're just learning from me and my wife and the environment and their friends and everything every day. I want to be the best possible influence on them as I possibly can, because I want to give my son, my two sons, everything I can possibly do, give them all the tools they could possibly need so that when I launch them out into the world one day as adults, they're ready, because it is a tough world right now. I can only imagine what it's going to be like for them as they grow up and then finally go out into the world after high school and to college. I mean, you've really got to prepare them like you're preparing them almost like they're a warrior, maybe a spiritual warrior in this case, but they've got to be ready. And I think the best thing I can do as a father is to be that person that they can emulate so that that can kind of grow inside of them. Because I think a lot of this stuff that's determining who they're going to be, besides just obviously all the innate things that are just going to determine who they are no matter what. I mean, they're obviously heavily influenced by my wife and I. So I want us to be the best we can be. And I think a huge part of that is being the best I can be. So that's what this challenge is. I don't want people to think this is not a fitness channel, although so much of the content is going to be about that, only because I'm taking this particular journey. It's really a channel about raising a free-hearted family, a family that can express themselves, live their truth, be authentic, and not be afraid to be that and just live it. So I'm trying to set the example. That's what this 75 Harder Challenge is all about. And I hope you'll join me, whether you're going to try it one day or just watch me, because honestly, I don't know if I'm going to fail or succeed. I'll just take it day by day. That's all you can ever do. I'm really excited to start. I feel really great. So it's a great way to start the challenge. And I can't wait to just bring you along the journey and just become that better person and start taking that inner journey inside for myself, and hopefully see some of these results literally as my son watches me do these things and just change my habits a little bit and make them a little healthier. Every day can make a huge difference in anyone's life, especially when you're raising a family. I'll talk to you soon. Take it easy.